Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Megaman X5. In the last part, we took out a few more Mavericks, getting parts for the Enigma in the process, and now we're finally heading back to playing as X for the next Maverick. This is Izzy Glows, whose name is based off of Izzy Stradlin, the former lead guitarist of Guns N' Roses. Japanese name is Shining Hotaronicus, if I recall correctly. And this stage is interesting. We can learn lots about Dr. Izzy Glows just from looking at this laboratory. He's the world's leading authority on laser tech. Therefore, the laser he created will be great use to the Enigma. I hope he will willingly give one to us, but I heard he's a very stubborn person, so this might not be easy. First off, don't jump down that pit. There are spikes, and you will die. And there's actually quite a few items in this stage, because there's a hard tank, a Dr. Light capsule, and a X-tank. The platforms can't be destroyed, so you just have to time it just right to go through. Those spikes, though, are not instant kill. If I recall correctly, they just do a bit of damage. Right up there is the X-Tank. You might remember that from Megaman X4. That extends the total amount of lives you start off with if you restart the game to 4. So it's kind of a pointless item in the long run, because lives don't matter anyway. Much in this game, at least. So I'm going to have to get that eventually. You should proceed by stepping on the platforms. Yeah, I totally needed to hear that, Alia. And there's the Sigma virus. Either we're only encountering one now, but the way they work is that they'll constantly stalk around either X or 0. And that is what the little thing in the bottom left is for, that normal sign. The more Sigma viruses that touch you, the different that reading gets. It goes from normal to caution to danger to virus. And when you're X, virus status is horrible because you take damage. You take a lot of damage. I think your defenses are decreased as well. Break the door that you can see below and proceed to the next room. However, if you're 0, run into the virus. Why? When he reaches virus status, he's completely immune to everything and his health is fully restored. It is ridiculously broken. This is the first area where you can really run into enough Sigma viruses with my route. And hey, this totally doesn't look like not Jet Stingray, Split Mushroom stage. Either way, this mini-boss is a bit interesting. You can only destroy the black one of these little cannon things, and they constantly come up on these ropes, so you just have to constantly get to the right vantage point and shoot them in the eye before they can shoot you. It's honestly kind of pointless in the long run. Thankfully, they were kind enough to put most of the items in this stage in the first half, so I don't have to replay it, but still, that's kind of annoying. Either way, 4th Armor X, I don't think I went into a complete... I forget how much detail I went into it with, in Part 1. But the way it works is that's the exact same armor was in X4. Though you'll hear me actually speak 2 names for it. It's either the 4th Armor or the Force Armor. It's often seen as both. It lessens the amount... Well, first off, it gives you the Plasma Charge Shot, which lingers. It gives you the Hover Boots, which you can still use to hover around a bit. Your special weapons are not infinite with it, though, like it was in X4. They're increased, but I think they just doubled it instead. And you overall take less damage, and I think you still have a Giga Attack of sorts. I don't know, I don't press R too much. And you can only get this with starting as X. In fact, it's the reason I recommend you start with X, because this thing can also charge special weapons. No other armor in the game can do that. Well, technically, but I won't get into that until like Part 8. And now for the main gimmick of the stage, aside from the platforms. That. The defense system is engaged. It attacks you with powerful plasma. If you have some kind of weapon, you may be able to neutralize it. These things will constantly fire little balls of plasma onto the floor, which will just track around the ground. They're very easy to avoid, but you can actually destroy the things that are firing them out if you use the Crescent Cutter. But you might notice based on where that thing fired from, there's something up here. Hello, hidden firing thing. Let's destroy you. And hey, that led to something. This stage is Dr. Light Capsule. This is the program for the arm part of the Falcon armor. Analyze and upload the data to your main memory in a secure area. Once you upload all 4 of the programs, the Falcon armor will be complete. With the arm part, you can maximize and attack with your original shot, but you can't charge the special weapons. As this armor specializes in mobility, if you want to enhance your attack power, use other armor. So yeah, that's a thing. And I forget if I've ranted about this yet, but X5, as you noticed there throughout all those capsules, say that you need all 4 parts, which is something that X6 brings back. And I'm not sure how I feel about that, because with the way this game works, it makes some amount of sense as to why they, well, this is an X6 work, it makes sense why they restrict access to all the parts until you have all 4. But at the same time, that means you're really underpowered for a lot of it. Dr. Izzy Glows' room is right above you. There are several plasma defense devices installed along the way to the room. Use a weapon that can attack upwards, hence the crescent cutter. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that get all 4 pieces mentality. Thankfully, X7 gets rid of that. And X8 completely ditches the idea even more by allowing you to combine pieces of your own accord. Either way, time for Izzy Glow. He's weak against the Tri-Thunder, so get that out. Oh yeah, that's a thing that I should probably mention. X5 for some reason has really long intros for the bosses. They take a while to show up in a couple of cases. Hello there. What a graceful entrance. This laboratory is so badly infected by the virus, there's no other way for me to enter. Huh, you hunters always do that. My work is not for maverick hunters. I'll never trust your approach. Therefore, I won't cooperate with you. Doctor, I don't have time to argue with you. Please understand. My body has already been infected too. I realize I may have been wrong, but it's too late to change now. I've made up my mind. Now, let me rest in peace. Izzy Glow is a bit of an interesting boss, because first off, you can stun lock him very easy with his weakness, because he just goes up and down like this. When he attacks, he'll either fire out a wasp that tries to track you, or he'll fire various lasers out of his little tail thing, because he's a firefly. If he starts firing out those lasers, because this can be a very annoying fight, because they have a lot of range to them, and obviously they're kind of hard to dodge. But honestly, this fight is really easy with or without his weakness. A lot of the first few I take out are like prime first choices, honestly. And the stage itself is also pretty easy. And with that, that's all 4 of the first Mavericks defeated, and all 4 pieces of the Enigma. So let's hopefully fire that thing and not miss. And for beating Izzy Glow, we get his little wasp weapon for X. You can move it with the D-pad, and it's not very good at all, honestly. And for Zero, I think we get... I actually forget which weapon we get. I think we get the weapon that allows you to make a clone? I forget, honestly. Because I never really use it. Sea Flasher. No, that's the Giga Attack from X4, where if you press R2, he slams the ground. It looked like a quiet laboratory, but the inside was in complete ruins. The Sigma virus has caused total disorder everywhere. In order to fix the situation, we need to make good use of Dr. Izzy Glow's laser device. We finished taking the laser device back to the base. Thank you for your help. We'll meet you at the Hunter base. Alright, let's see if this laser device works. At last, the Enigma has been completed! It's old, but we reinforced it with some devices. It should work fine. Well, we're ready. Oh, hey, I forgot to edit down the load time. Oh, well. The time has come at last. We're going to launch the Enigma. The fate of the Earth depends on it. The energy, the power, the angle, everything is clear. Alright, blast off! Which they show 3 times for some reason, with varying angles, cause anime. Alright, did it hit? It did! Did we make it? Did it crash? Alia, give us the report. We've succeeded. The colony has been destroyed. Although scraps from the colony will fall to the Earth, they shouldn't cause severe damages. We barely avoided destruction. The damage is significant. I wonder when things will be restored. We'll take time and repair the damages. Right, we have a lot to do. Before the Earth can return to normal. No way! What is this reaction? What's up, Alia? I spotted the virus reaction, and it's a new one. The readings are like that of Zero. I mean, a Zero virus? It's like Zero, but seems to have a very strong power. The virus of that colony and that of the Earth have been mixed, and have produced a new virus. The Zero virus. Sorry, what? Okay, that's 2 load times I didn't edit out. Oh well. This is exactly the same reading. Should we call this the Zero virus? The scraps of the colony virus and the Sigma virus combined together. I wonder what's going to happen. And what happened there was really unlikely. A new virus, out of the frying pan and into the fire. For the moment, we've named it the Zero virus. I'm reading a strong energy reaction from point 11F5646. We may be able to solve the mystery of the Zero virus, but it's very risky. What should we do? I know we can't escape, so we'll just have to fight it. Go for it. We must bring an end to this once and for all. So, the Enigma hitting the colony is actually very unlikely. It's weighted against that happening because they want you to play the second half of the game. That is very unlikely. So, let's save Scum and get it to not hit. Did we make it? Did it crash? Alia, give us the report. Negative. We only destroyed 62%. We've merely made it change orbit and delayed the time of impact by 1 hour, by the way. Curses. The Enigma was not successful. No, but we have a backup plan. Let's concentrate on our next move. Alright. We'll execute the shuttle operation. Don't give up hope. The future of the Earth depends on us. This is our last hope. The space shuttle operation. The shuttle will approach and fly into the colony. The pilots will eject at the last minute. It's very dangerous because they could get sucked into the blast. In the end, I fear that this will fail, just like the Enigma. We need to gather as many devices as we can to strengthen the shuttle's power. But the autopilot function doesn't work. Okay, gather as many devices as you can. We'll try to upgrade it from here. This is the last chance for us. I know this mission is hard for you all, but the important thing is for us to stay optimistic. Now, let's get to work. And we're continuing from this path from here on. Our only hope is the space shuttle. We can't waste any time. Let me describe the 4 Mavericks that have the devices to upgrade the shuttle. Axel the Red, details unknown. He carries a concealed orbiter engine. Matrex, a weapon storage guard. He owns a booster for rockets. The Skyver, Reploid Air Force. An orbiter wing is in the base. Dark Dizzy, a mysterious maverick. He has a fuel tank. We have little time, but we have to gather as many devices as possible. Now, before we go do that, let's actually head back to Duff McWhalen's stage to grab that light capsule, because I want the Falcon armor. But yeah, the Enigma is actually weighted against you, even at 4 pieces. It only has like a 25% success rate, despite what it says. The shuttle is what they really want you to destroy the colony with. That has like a 75% chance of success with all 4 pieces. And that's how you get this light capsule. You just charge up Duff McWhalen's weapon. This is the program for the body part of the Falcon armor. Analyze and upload the data to your main memory in a secure area. Once you upload all 4 of the programs, the Falcon armor will be complete. With the body part equipped, the damage you receive will be less. But don't overestimate the part, or you'll regret it. But yeah, now we have to go through 4 more stages. I did actually make a separate save at the Enigma success, so I could beat the game through that file, in case that changes the ending at all. But now we're going on this path. And we're next to Maverick up before I actually go check out the parts, because I actually do want to quit some stuff on the Falcon armor, namely that Super Recover, which I think increases the amount of energy recover from pieces. And we're going after Dark Dizzy with the Falcon armor, and Dark Dizzy is named after Darren Arthur Dizzy Reed, the former keyboardist of Guns N' Roses. And this stage is trippy. At first glance, it may seem to be an ordinary planetarium, but in truth, it's a space laboratory as well. Why don't you borrow a fuel tank for the space shuttles? But before you do that, there is something strange about this planetarium. So the Stigma virus has already polluted this facility too. Your visit to the planetarium will be very interesting, I guess. This is the Falcon armor. Its charge shot's a bit different, and you can't charge special weapons, but you can completely fly over levels. For like 5 seconds at a time, if even. And a bit more than that, probably. I'm picking up a Maverick reading at that constellation. Watch out. Watch out for constellations because they'll often have batons in them and spikes that can instant kill you. And yeah, when you're flying, you're completely invincible to everything except certain attacks that are later in the game from like very heavy enemies and spikes. So the Falcon armor's kind of broken. I really like this armor. It gets brought back in a similar way to in X6, in a way similar to how the what's it called? 4th armor gets brought back here, but they completely nerf it by making the flying not work. I guess you need to get on the lift. It's unstable, but there's no other way. Oh, and by the way, this area is slowdown central. I'm not sure what it is about this room in particular. Maybe it's the shifting backgrounds. Watch out for the track. It isn't moving on the right course. If you sense any danger, jump to the nearest place as soon as possible. I think the platform like falls here or something. But I love the Falcon armor in this game. It is so good. Don't get too cocky with it though, because you should take as many landings as possible because there is a invisible timer on the flight. And now time for the second half, which is nowhere near as interesting, honestly, because this just looks like Cyber Peacocks stage. This is the gravity reverser device. It can control gravity and turn it upside down. Of course, you may be able to take advantage of it. So, reinforcing the Cyber Peacock parallels, you can now flip the stage upside down at certain points, and you can jump back into the thing to do it over and over again for the easier routes. Mind you, I completely ignored to some extent, because I always, for some reason, try to take this room here this way. And that spike is much bigger than it looks, by the way. They also eventually start bringing in these boxes that fall, but they are only there to kill you, so don't pay them any mind. Now, coming up is something I'm not sure if you can get with Zero. This stage is Heart Tank. You can definitely get up there and grab it with Falcon Armor X, because his flying sprite is a bit smaller than his normal sprite. However, I'm not sure if Zero can get that. That might be the first X-exclusive item. No, aside from... actually, yeah, that might be... No, actually, because I think Zero's Duff McWhalen weapon can't get there. Either way, hey, look, another light capsule. And the way you get this is that you use Izzy Glows' weapon and control it into the switch on the right. This took me about 2 minutes. But yeah, each stage in this game actually has a light capsule. There are 2 armors in this game, something that X6 and 8 would bring back. This is the program for the head parts of the Gaia armor. Analyze and upload the data to your main memory in a secure area. Once you upload all 4 programs, the Gaia armor will be complete. You're not going to tell us what the Gaia armor does? Okay, then. I actually forget if the head part does anything for the Gaia armor. Either way, it's time for Izzy Glow, not Izzy Glow, Dark Dizzy. He's weak against Izzy Glow's weapon, so get that out. Though, mind you, hitting it with him with it is a bit unorthodox. And I didn't realize that until after I beat the stage. And that's a lot of bats. In fact, overall, this guy is more or less a Maverick version of Shade Man.
Yeah, I've been waiting for you.
Hey, can't you understand the urgency of our present situation? There's no time to fight.
Yeah, who cares? I don't take orders from anyone. The word Sigma means nothing to me.
I'll destroy all Mavericks like you.
Yeah, I'm always ready.
Dark Dizzy likes to fly all around the stage and not do much, honestly. He can fire sonic shockwaves at you that are hard to dodge and send a battalion of bats at you. I know that for a fact, but he doesn't get many attacks in. And this is how you attack him, mostly. One thing that they don't tell you about this weapon at all, and it's really hard to figure out, is that that little trail it leaves behind also harms enemies. So the way you're actually supposed to harm him is have him follow it and get hit by the trail over and over and over again. And I hate that. I'm not even sure. I actually can't remember. What does the charge shot of this weapon do? Because I don't use many charged weapons in this game, because you don't need to. The only one I'll maybe use is the charged crescent slash, or crescent cutter, or whatever it's called, because that surrounds you in a shield. But yeah, this boss, nothing really interesting. Once you run out of the weapon, it gets a bit more interesting because you can actually, you know, attack. But at this point, the Mavericks have so little health compared to maybe later bosses that it's not really annoying. The thing is, I believe the individual attack of the Falcon Armor's charge shot is actually stronger than the 4th armor. But it doesn't have that lingering effect, which means it doesn't destroy as much stuff. I'm not actually sure, honestly. Oh, that's right, he can also freeze time. Very temporarily, mind you, but he can do it. But yeah, the Falcon armor, it's a lot more about mobility than attack or defense, but I absolutely love it. Plus, it looks pretty cool, too. And that's Dark Dizzy down. For beating him, both characters get their own little flash stopper weapon, called Darkhold, I believe it's called for both of them. They get different timers, though. I think X gets around 72? Or is that with an armor? I forget. He gets a lot of it, and Zero gets around 40. It's reasonably useful, I suppose. And I only really use it maybe twice, 3 times in the whole game, but I suppose you can use it. Oh yeah, you get parts depending on what you want to do, but I don't really use it much. With regard to Dark Dizzy, he was a Maverick created 3 years ago by Sigma, but you have destroyed him. Since Sigma scattered a large amount of the virus, he doesn't have any energy left to reproduce himself. By the way, we found a fuel tank. Then now the shuttle will be able to fly to the space colony. Please, return to the Hunter base quickly. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Dark Dizzy's Japanese name is Dark Necrobat. Weird. Either way, with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 4, we'll be heading after more Mavericks, trying to get more Enigma pieces. Shuttle pieces, rather. See you guys then.